Welcome to another thought. Today's thought is titled Friends. I'm going to take a trip through the tabernacle with one priest on one particular day. As he began his duties, he began to renew the table of shewbread and felt in his spirit a special attention of the Lord while he was performing his duties. And he was struck with the thought, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And while finishing up his duties with the table of shewbread, he reflected on these words, knowing that they came from Psalm 22. And in his mind, he rehearsed the other verses that talked about the way that the Messiah would die when he comes. And so that struck him rather peculiar, and he went on to perform his next set of duties, which was to fill the lampstick with oil. And while filling the lampstick with oil, another thought struck him. The verse from Zechariah 13:6, when they asked, where did these wounds come from and in your hands? And the verse goes on to say, these are the wounds that I received when I was wounded in the house of my friends. Again, this priest is struck aback for the way that the verses are leading him on this particular day while he is doing his duties within the tabernacle. Next is the altar of incense, and while performing his duties at the altar of incense within the holy place of the tabernacle, his mind was taken back to Isaiah in verse 6, which is a strong prophecy of the coming Messiah. And for unto us a child is born, for unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and he shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Prince of Peace. And this day is obviously an important day. He has never been anointed and felt the presence of God like this before, and so many words of the Messiah coming to the front of his mind. He continues on, and at the veil begins to finish his duties, and the verse comes to him from Isaiah 53:5. He was wounded for our transgressions, and upon him, by his stripes, we are healed. And this whole day has been a wonderment of God's word just popping into his mind. And now his duties are finished, and it's time to head for home. And he's had his 7-day period of time, and now before the Sabbath, he is gonna head home. And his particular path for home takes him through a place called Golgotha. And as he gets closer and the sky turns dark and he's turning the bend in the road, and there is Christ hanging on the cross. And as he gets nearer and notices that this is that same Jesus that many had accused of being, uh, you know, claiming to be God and destroying the temple and rebuilding it in 3 days. And as he got closer and he saw the ladies that were at the foot of the cross crying, and those that were bewailing the death of this man that he knew nothing of other than rumors that he had heard and never bothered to really check it out. As he approached the cross, a centurion said, "Surely this was the Son of God." And then, like an explosion of awareness in his mind, all that God had talked to him about that day while he was performing the duties within the holy place just came crashing in like headlights being turned on all of a sudden. And he realized this was the Messiah. This is the Messiah. And he fell before the cross and acknowledged Jesus as the Messiah. St. John 15:13, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Thank you for joining with us today, and God bless you. Have a wonderful week.